Hey everybody, XFinity Series this time at Talladega. Just got done running the Cup race. That was the first race of the week. This is the first XFinity race of the week. So I had some decent luck at the end there in the Cup race. Hopefully I can have the same kind of luck here. Totally different driving style usually from the XFinity car to the Cup car at plate tracks, so we'll see if that's still the same. Usually you can kind of go anywhere with a run in the XFinity car. You don't have to be as calculated with your moves and stuff like that. Yeah, a little bit more wild. But the Cup race was pretty entertaining too, though, so we'll see what happens here. This is officially the best, highest strength of field race I've ever been in. So this is like a 6,100 strength of field. It was between 6,000 and 6,100. So my previous high was 58 something. So on the 25 car, this is the top split. So just barely made it in here. So pretty excited to see how good of a race this is. Should be really good. Starting back here in 20th. Same thing as the Cup race. I'm telling myself I want to try and race, but usually I default to hanging out and trying to miss the wreck. So we'll see what happens here. Almost missed third gear right there. That was almost disaster. You got guys on the apron trying to go backwards. That's not a good idea in the corner. Oh my goodness. I always feel like that's one of the most dangerous parts of these races, when everybody tries to go backwards like this. So I'm just going to keep the hammer down. See, like this 6 car down here is still on the apron somehow. Alright, so I guess we're racing for a little bit anyway. Not sure if the 20 wants to push me or if he wants to go to my outside, so I just put the faith in him there to push me. And it worked. We're not really going anywhere, but now he goes to my outside. Definitely up in the danger zone right now. If I get pinned on this inside and fall back a few more rows, I might try to safely and slowly make my way back. This is a good enough field though where it's got a decent shot of being a good race. Oh, as I say that, they're trying to wreck up there. I think I'm bailing out of this. Guy behind me's got the same idea. I'm not going to get run over. I think everybody back here is probably thinking the same thing, it looks like. A lot of guys just trying to make it to the end. A tri-oval at Talladega down there on the very bottom lane can be a little bit tricky if you're not careful. Pretty forgiving in the current cars, but for example, if you do it if you get down there in the 87 car, or even if the ARCA car, if it ever came here, you'd probably have a little bit of a struggle there. Definitely, I know you do in the 87 car. I'm not sure if I've run the ARCA car here. I don't think I have. I know I just freaked the 10 car out behind me, but these guys were starting to dance around quite a bit ahead of me. Thought for sure one of them was going to end up sideways. Got a whole bunch in a line behind me, but I do not want to get too close to this group right now. I like to do what the 9 car is doing when I'm riding back here. I like to be up a little bit higher so you can see. But also gives you less room to escape the higher you get, so. Got one down here on the apron trying to go backwards, it looks like. Telling you, there's safe way to go backwards. Safe ways to go backwards. You don't have to completely just hang a left and park it. So 30 lap race. We'll see how long everybody waits to start driving up there. You're going to want to be one of the first ones to do it, otherwise you're going to be pretty much stuck. Not near as big a fear of losing the draft in this car as there is in the Cup car. If I was in the same position right here in the Cup car, I know I got a lot of cars behind me, but I'd still have to be a little bit careful. These cars doesn't seem to be as big a problem. The only thing I don't like about this is I got so many guys lined up behind me that if I do have to get out of the gas quick, could be interesting trying to keep them from running in the back of me. Just feel like that Cup race that I just ran kind of tempted fate a couple times, especially at the end, and had some good luck. So I don't really want to push my luck too far in this race. I feel like hanging out at least for the first half, probably what I want to be doing. Not sure how many guys started this race. 26, so we got a decent amount right behind us, although it looks like there's 4 of them that have lost the draft. Holy cow. Big move right to left by the 8 car up there. Looks like we got a lap car that the leaders are going to catch here going into 3. Unless I just imagined that. Okay, I might have imagined that. I swear there was a car with no rear clip on it going into that corner, but could be going crazy. Getting a little too close to this group for my liking right now. If they want to, they can go around my outside, but still a little early for me to put myself up here. What are we doing here? This lap car is almost squeezed the 21 down into me. Thank God he lifted. I wasn't sure if he was still on my right rear there. I was hoping he wasn't, but he was. He just thankfully lifted there just in time. Oh, it looks like maybe we're wrecking. They seem to have saved it, and that scares me a little bit about the guy behind me. Just gonna park it.
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution is out. Line up single file. Pit road is closed.
Alright, and that's why you're riding the back.
Car by. He has position when the yellow flag came out.
Thought for sure I was gonna get run over there, but I think it was the 26 car. He was able to get stopped behind me, so I swear you're looking more in your mirror when you come up on a wreck like that, almost more than you are out the windshield. Just terrified of getting run over. But that was the wreck I was hanging back there to avoid, so that worked out. And let's see where I shake out here. But probably going to be racing from here on out. Go back green, about 15 to go or so. Now I got to make sure I can let this 13 by. Always a little bit unclear about how that works when you get black flagged and when you don't, but not worth risking it, obviously. But sometimes the timing and scoring is a little bit confusing to me still, even after almost 2 years of iRacing. So gonna be staying out here. We'll see how many guys up there have damage. Handful of them. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th or so.
Pass the 16, pass the car 14. Got the lucky dog, let it by on the outside. Pit road is closed.
Definitely gonna try to be racing from here on out. No more bailing out and going to the back. So really, once you just miss one wreck after you've been hanging out in the back, you feel validated. So now I feel like I can go racing with a clear conscience. Can't be mad if I get caught up in something. So, and that's the good thing about being a 25 car in a really good field is, yeah, not a whole lot to lose. That's the best case scenario in a plate race on iRacing, so makes it pretty fun. And you know that everybody else around you should know what they're doing. So obviously we'll have to go back and see what happened to cause that wreck, but for the most part, you got a pretty good shot of being able to trust the people around you in a field this good.
It's the 24 car. It's the 24 car.
So if you're into iRacing that much, there's a couple names in here that you'll recognize for sure. Michael Cozy, Michael Guest. Let's see. Colin Keister and Malik Ray was in here too. He was that 13 car that got wrecked. So a handful of the Coke Series guys in here, so that's always kind of fun. I'm sure there's a bunch in here too that I just don't recognize, but those are the ones I know off the top of my head.
Alright, man, we're going green next time. Bye. Alright, man, line up on the outside.
So I'm going to be 8th here.
Alright, man, like it back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green. Alright, man, like it back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Alright, so a couple more pace laps around here, I guess. Let's see. So we got 23 on the lead lap. So still quite a few guys in here that I could get passed by. But not that it's necessarily going to last, but I like restarting on this outside here. I just like being on the second and third line in general at the plate tracks, so it seems like you can kind of control your own destiny a little bit more. You can make moves and change where you're running and stuff like that. So now the difference between the Xfinity car and the Cup car seems to be that when you're too wide in the Cup car, you don't have to be right next to each other. In fact, you're slowing each other down more. It seems like being side by side with each other real tight. So the two lines kind of run spread apart like this almost, but at least in my experience, usually the Xfinity and the Cup series and the Truck series, you'll have to run down here on somebody's door when you're in the second lane. So, and then that third lane will form, and you'll be real tight, and you'll have to protect. Basically, what you're doing is protecting from the guy behind you, shooting it 3 wide. So that's what you're doing in the Xfinity car. So we'll see if I get to do any of that here, if I can stay close enough to the front for it to matter. But I usually like to be in that middle. Seems to give you the most freedom. Should be able to push pretty hard in these things. But sometimes that's famous last words type situation, so.
Alright, man, we're going green next time. Bye.
I'm not going to be pushing real hard unless it's the last lap and the guy in front of me's got a clear shot at something good. But might be getting pushed, might have to hang on to it. But again, it's nice being a 25 car for sure. So gonna have some fun here for these last 15 laps. See what I can do. It is Talladega, so heck of a lot more room than Daytona. It's pretty sketchy being 3 wide at Daytona, but depending on how tight that third line is on you, shouldn't be that big a deal at Talladega. Now that first restart, I was in second, or the initial start, I was in second gear. I was so far back, and I didn't care a whole lot. But we'll have to see how fast the leader's rolling, whether or not we can use first gear here. Would like to avoid a 3 wide situation right off the jump, but from the guy behind me sneaking out there, but we'll see. good practice for a later restart if I'm still up here. See where the chip is at too in this car, I don't even remember. Short shifted it a little bit, but we're all dead even here, so no issues. Looks like 9,000. So good to know for the next restart if I'm still alive and still up here. 3 wide coming behind me. Big run outside. Definitely feels kind of darty back here in the middle. Probably the farther forward you are, the better it's going to feel. But a little bit all over the place right there through 3 and 4. Still the 4th car in this second line. And very well could be 3 wide for the rest of the race here. Everybody keeps it together. And a couple guys squirrely up there ahead of me. 5 car looks like he's getting pushed pretty hard. My help behind me completely bailed out of it. I imagine this is pretty wild looking from behind. Crossed the line in 10th that lap somehow, so yeah, it looks like we got at least 1 lap car up here among us. 5 car made it all the way to the front. Need the lead car on the inside now. Oh boy. 10 car all over the place through the corner, pushing up into the Budweiser car. If I get clear on the bottom, I don't think I want to take it. I still want to be here in this middle, even though we still got 12 to go, I think. Man, these cars are dancing all over the place. A little bit more than I remembered, even. Car to my inside bailed out. Car to my outside is getting the 2 wide call, but I'm going to stay here in the middle anyway. Now hopefully the leader of this middle line isn't just going to park it when he gets even with the leader for the rest of the race. That would be probably the smart thing to do. That's what I would be doing if I was up there, so can't blame him, but it's going to absolutely screw me. Looks like that might be what's happening. There's a couple straightaways we've had a pretty good run and it's died out, so wouldn't be surprised if he's lifting a little bit. Looks like I'm the last row of 3 wide, then we got 2 wide behind me. Still crossing the line in 10th almost every lap. 10 to go here. Nowhere to go at the moment. Inside line got real slow off of 2. There somebody went to the bottom in front of 5. Now on the third car. Hopefully we can, I think one guy from the third line jumped down in front of my line, so I'm the fourth car again. Really moving around a lot up here, everybody is. Oh, and we're coming up on a really slow lap car. Oh boy. Yep. Causes a wreck. Yep. That's too bad. I saw that coming. Okay, so I am going to try and fix it. We'll see. See if I can make it anywhere halfway decent. I'm not sure where I'm actually at right now, but I can't imagine I'd be any better off staying out and not trying to fix it. Hopefully a bunch of guys got damage there. Still going to be only 3 or 4 to go probably when we restart. Maybe 4 or 5. Yeah, that lap car eventually, I think he got all the way to the bottom, but it was way, way, way too late. I'm hoping I'm not hurt too bad here. I think I can just swing down pit road and hopefully get most of it fixed. Hopefully some of these guys ahead of me have to peel off for damage. And then hopefully a bunch of them behind me have to do the same.
Pitboxing, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Alright, so there's a little more damage than I was expecting, but I think I should be able to get that all fixed under caution, but I am going to be about dead last here. At least I got to do a little bit of racing. Unfortunately, our middle line was not going anywhere for a majority of that time, but let's see. Still got 22 on the lead lap. Probably just going to have to hope for another big wreck and a green-white checker. Got really scared there for a second. I was not sure how there was any way I was getting lapped right now, but yeah, I don't know how that happened. How the 5 car is that far ahead of the pace car, but that definitely freaked me out for a minute.
Alright, that's it, go.
Alright, we'll see if this thing's got anything for speed. Sometimes you get all that damage fixed and it's still not the same. But At least I had time to fix what I could.
Alright, man, we're going green next time. Bye. Alright, man.
And hopefully I can catch the field.
Catch the 7-4.
I don't remember how fast these things are supposed to go on their own. I didn't qualify this time, but it seems like I've pretty much got all the mile an hour I would be expecting coming out of 4 on the out lap, so should be fine. Now we'll just have to see if I get stuck behind a bunch of cars with worse damage than me. Yeah, I think this thing's fine on speed. Still definitely going to benefit me to be tucked up behind somebody, but so gonna be coming in the line 21st here. Gonna be 5 to go, so one more restart at most. Let's assess the damage in front of me here. Nothing too horrible from the looks of it. If I could sneak out a top 15, probably should be okay with that at this point. Be nice to get back to the top 10. I was gonna run right about 10th to 12th, so it's not like I gotta be too worried about getting all the way back up there, but honestly, if anything 15th or better is gonna help my I rating, so kind of a weird thing, but
Get ready.
so painful to be the second place car at Talladega on a restart.
Green flag, green flag. Outside.
And I'm apparently not super fast getting up through the gears. Hopefully that was just my fault and the car's not actually horrible.
Still there. Hold the line. You're clear high, clear high. Inside.
Lap car doesn't want to push me, unfortunately.
Hold the line.
It's definitely not right. Man, I didn't think it. I thought it was going to be fine.
All clear, all clear.
Definitely more damage than I was hoping for. Gonna need one more big wreck. Definitely an example of where you can fix all the optional damage and still be pretty slow. So it's not like you're just getting a clean, fresh car if you sit there and wait for all the damage to be fixed. So, man, that's a bummer. Obviously, it's not killed, but I just need to have a few cars behind me. So I got 2 more laps here where I can hope for a caution. I'd be okay with just a handful of them behind me. Stinks to waste an opportunity like that with so much talent in the field. But nothing I can really do, I don't think. Looks like we're gonna get the white and this thing's gonna be official.
White flag, 1 more lap to go.
I have to go back and see if that was all just brought on by that lap car or what. Looks like they're all gonna make it to the finish line too. Wow. So they kept it real clean up there for the win, it looks like. Alright, so that one was a stinker. But that's alright, you're gonna have that about half the time or more. So,
Bring it on home and get out of here.
check out the wrecks. Man, that thing doesn't look like it should be that slow. That's alright though. Seven car trying to go backwards safely. Oh, just gonna grab the wall a little bit. 19 cars gonna do the same thing. Oh, and you got, wow, hit really hard by the 10 car. 20 car. Whoa. Not sure what happened there. And there's our first wreck. Oh, wow. And then all of us chickens come sneaking by there. Here's where the lap car comes into play. Oh. 3 car just didn't get down as soon as what that pink car was hoping for, and then, yeah, he just came right up back into us. We'll watch this from my car. Just hanging out in the middle here. Yeah. Can't be too mad at myself for that one. I guess the rear might have been. See how much of that got. So it got fixed a little bit, but still not perfect. That spoiler was probably a decent part of my issue too. So, okay. And then on the last run here, just a tap. And how is the 3 car up there still? That sucks. The 3 car got to be faster than me. Looks like this is probably for the win. 3 wide. Oh. So they did wreck coming to the line, but not in time for me to gain any spots, unfortunately. Alright. Well, didn't get as lucky at the end there as the cup race, but that's what happens. Probably run another one of those too, but yeah, that's what you get at Talladega. So thanks for watching.